switching to the Hawks, Harris, the jersey?
No, this is the old Aspley Hornets jersey. So, yeah, junior club day, so it'll be pretty colourful out there at training today, I would have thought.
How'd you pull up, mate?
Yeah, pulled up pretty well. Obviously, first game in a month, I was blowing the trees down a little bit early, but yeah, sort of settled into the game a little bit. It was a pretty tough first initiation back into the league, and you know, it was really good to be back out there though.
I spoke to you in the morning and you seemed like you were pretty fine, you were pretty calm, but was there any point where you actually started to get a little bit nervous or start to sort of second guess yourself at any stage?
A little bit of nerves when I got to the ground, yeah. Probably more from the point of having not played for a month. Not sure if I was going to be fit enough, but yeah, that goes away pretty quickly when you have a couple of early contests and that. So yeah, it was awesome to be back out there.
Can you tell us about your path over the last month, Harris, from when the incident happened and how you've progressed and how you've handled it mentally?
Yeah, so obviously early on it was pretty slow to, I guess, get moving again, and I was a bit sore through the chest area in that, but yeah, it moved pretty quickly after that. I started training again and you know, started doing contact, got the all clear through the neuropsychs and that, and yeah, back out playing. So I had a couple of tough training sessions on the Saturdays leading up to this weekend, just to sort of get the run back in the legs, and yeah, feeling good.
But was it scary for you?
No, I don't think it was scary. Nah, I mean, like, those incidents happen in football, and I've been concussed before, so you know, it was probably a little bit scary for my friends and family, the guys that are around me and support me in that. But yeah, for me personally, it's frustrating, but at the same time, happy to be back out there again.
How much interaction have you had with Jeremy since the incident?
He texted me after, I think maybe a couple of days after, but outside of that, no, nothing really. So, yeah.
You said okay with that? The other day there was, you know, you didn't think there'd be scarring. You've been through your first match now. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. It's funny, I found myself in the same position a couple of times, sort of going back to the flight, and yeah, there wasn't one thought of it at all. As I've said previously, like, I've played 15 years of footy, probably had that same action thousands of times, and yeah, nothing's changed. So.
It was a big assignment taking on Hawkins on the weekend. I saw in the coverage there was one moment where he got the better of you, which happens, and Hodgie came straight over to you, and it was caught on camera. He was really sort of pointing a few things out. Is that a common occurrence? Is he always coming up to you in a stoppage and saying, you know, try this, or yeah, we go with that? Yeah, absolutely. He's probably I guess the form forward of the comp at the moment, Tom Hawke. He's kicked what 14 in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, it was a pretty tough assignment first up, and he got on a little bit of a run there where I think it might have been early in the third, where I think he took a few marks in a row, and Hodgie just sort of pulled me aside and told me to settle down a bit because I was losing my mind a little bit. But yeah, he's awesome for that, and obviously the experience helps, and just gave me a couple of different strategies, I guess, to try and combat Tomahawk, and a few contests that did work, yeah, which was good.
Speaking of big challenges, North Melbourne had a pretty big win on the weekend against a top 4 team. They're obviously going to be a big challenge this weekend, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly. They had a really good win against West Coast down in Hobart. So, yeah, they'll come up here, I guess, playing pretty good footy, and I think they might be just outside the 8. So, they're, along with a lot of teams, have to win every game to, you know, play finals. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to the chance of, I guess, coming up against another team that is trying to make finals, and hopefully, yeah, playing some good football.
And it gets a little bit easier for you because you've just gone from Tomahawk now to the guy who's leading the Coleman race, Ben Brown.
Yeah, 2 blokes, top 2 in the Coleman. Yeah. So, no, I love that. I love coming up against the best players week in, week out. And, you know, some weeks the forwards are going to get a hold of you, and some weeks the defender plays well. So, that's part of the game, and I guess that's why I love it.
So just to clarify, Harris, there was no thought for you just sitting out the season, or you were just sort of taking it week at a time?
No, absolutely not. I mean, if I'm right to go, I'm right to go, sort of thing. Like, there's no scarring or anything there. So, yeah, it's good to be back out with the boys. Obviously, the month while I was out, they seemed to win 3 in a row, which was pretty exciting. And yeah, I've been the bad luck charm coming back and losing, but yeah, it's good to be back out there.
So how about that when you're watching your teammate? I mean, personally, you're probably having your best season. As soon as you're out, the boys win 3 in a row. What was your emotion sort of sitting on the sidelines there?
Oh, you spend so much time with these guys, and I guess it's thrilling to see them get the results. Obviously, coming into the club during the week and seeing the bubbliness around the group after a win is awesome to be a part of. So, yeah, although frustrating not being out there, it's awesome to see the guys get the reward.
How much better do you think you'll be just for the one run under your belt?
Yeah, I think I'll be a lot better. As I said, I probably was a little bit gassed early on the weekend, and then was able to sort of settle into the game. And it's funny, a month out of the game, although it doesn't seem like a long time, it actually can be, and it takes a little bit to pick up the speed of the game. And I reckon probably halfway through the second half, I started to sort of pick it up again. And yeah, looking forward to coming out this weekend.
What was the wash-up from the game? What was the review like yesterday?
Yeah, so we had our review this morning. We moved on pretty quickly. We reviewed a little bit of the stuff around our team defence, trying to improve that. But yeah, Fags made a pretty conservative effort of moving on pretty quickly to North Melbourne this week. We think it's a really good chance to come out and play some good footy on the Gabba again. So looking forward to it.
The last couple of weeks in attack, it hasn't sort of gelled the way that it had been, and that sort of unselfish approach and the multiple options and that really quick movement and the real efficiency inside forward 50 has dropped away a little bit. Has that been identified as to why that sort of happened?
I think if you look at it, we have been sort of getting those shots at goal. I mean, early in it might have been the first or the second quarter on the weekend, I think we missed maybe 3 or 4 set shots that were pretty gettable. And you know, scoreboard pressure is a pretty big thing in footy these days, and if you put those goals on the board, put the pressure on Geelong to sort of play a little bit of catch up. But yeah, I think the forwards have been working pretty well together. They're a pretty tight group down there, so yeah, it's something that we'll keep working on.
What's it mean wearing the junior jerseys? Does everyone get sort of excited when you throw on that old kit?
Yeah, absolutely. I know for a few guys, certainly brings back a lot of good memories in that, and yeah, it's awesome to come out and show your colours.
How long were you with them?
I was with them for best part of sort of 12, 13 years. Yeah, started there when I was 6 years old, so and then finished up obviously in 2014. So yeah, 12, 13 years. Had a really good time there. The club changed a little bit from when I first got there. Obviously they weren't in the NEAFL or anything like that, and then yeah, when I left, they were doing pretty well in the NEAFL. They won the premiership, so yeah, they're going well.
A couple of years ago, there wouldn't have been many local jumpers on a junior footy day here. It's great to see that there's a lot more Queensland and Brizzy-based jumpers at a day like this, with the club building on local talent.
Yeah, you can see. I mean, even just before in the meeting, we're doing like some goal kicking challenge today, and all the Queenslanders that put their hand up as a team, I think there might have been sort of 10 to 15 players, which is pretty unbelievable. And it's good to see that like the academy is producing that talent, and I guess yeah, it's good to see.